The Middle Georgia Regional Library is celebrating Herbert Tuggle, a pioneer in preserving Macon's African American history.
41 NBC's Fiona King has more.
Herbert Tuggle is known as the keeper of African American history in Macon.
Tuggle started at the Amelia Hutchins Library when everything was segregated. He slowly built up the African American collection, and when he moved over here in 1970, when the collections merged, he was able to bring that collection and foster it.
On Wednesday, people gathered at Washington Memorial Library to dedicate that collection in Tuggle's honor. A handful of them speaking about how his contributions have impacted African American representation in Macon's libraries and how he influenced them personally.
He was very adamant about preserving the African American history in Macon, Georgia, and the world at large. So today, to honor him in this way and all of the work that he did over the almost 30 years he worked in libraries is very essential for the Macon community.
The head of Genealogical and Historical Room at Middle Georgia Regional Library says Tuggle's goal was clear.
Because he believed that just because you grew up in a small county does not mean you should not have access to services and goods needed. And so his goal was to make sure that everyone had exposure to things like Nikki Giovanni, Gwendolyn Brooks, as well as John Grisham.
And his blueprint will be everlasting.
Because if we don't tell our own story, nobody else can do it for us. So it's up to us to do it. So he gave us the standard of locating good books that can stand the test of time.
As we recognize Black History Month, the dedication couldn't have come at a better time.
No other time would have been as special. Like we said, we're celebrating our 100th anniversary in this building, opened in November of 1923. And so it just ties in with history.
And his family is beyond proud.
Could predict the future that we would want to know these things. So he preserved, he gathered, and took his time to preserve things and put them away. Now it's time. Now people are really trying to learn about who they are, where they came from, where their roots are. And it's amazing that he was ahead of his time because he knew these things were important.
In Macon, Fiona King, 41 NBC News.
Well, that dedication, part of Washington Memorial Library's centennial celebrations, which actually started in November and will continue through October of this year.